Connected, brother.
All right. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good. Yourself?
Oh, dude, well, I'm in Iowa, so it's like 30 something degrees outside, so it's just cold 90% of the time I live in the state.
Oh, well, I know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm dealing with.
Hey, where in Iowa are you?
Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So
Oh,
you've been here a couple times.
that's right. That's right. That's right. I got sons out in My two sons are going to college in Davenport, so
Yeah. Yes.
I'm Iowan now, dude, for like the last 4 years, 5 years.
You know all about it at this point. So you've been to your fair share of Casey's and Quick Stars out in this area.
Oh, you know this, dude. And then I just scrape ice off the windshield,
Yep, exactly.
shiver in the cold.
Dude, it even gets into May, and it's just like, and because we have Cedar coming here for an outdoor show at McGrath Amphitheater coming up here
Yeah.
soon, and it's just like, is it gonna be like decent out, or what are we gonna be doing here? Are we gonna be going
You know
inside?
what? You know what you could be doing? You could be having a rock show.
Exactly. That's all I can really hope and aim for at this point, man. So yeah, dude, it's a pleasure to have you on. You and I have chatted many times. I've been in this industry for 17 years, but I've never chatted to you Zoom call face to face because now we're on this technology bandwagon where we don't have to do phone calls anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of nice, man. It adds a little another level of intimacy here, my brother.
Yes. Exactly. So I won't grab too much of your time. I know you got tons of stuff going on right now, but I appreciate every hanging out with me, man. So of
Absolutely.
course you've got the new single, even if it hurts. I mean, that thing is that's our anytime Papa Roach releases a new track, you probably know we have different rotations at a radio station. You got the heavy hitting rotation, you got the mid level. There's no like doubt about it. Anytime a Papa Roach song shows up, it's like, well, it's going to A rotation. I mean, I don't know why
Yeah,
we even have
dude.
to challenge this.
You got even if it kills me in heavy rotation.
Yep.
Oh, that's dope, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really proud of this song. I know the first time I heard the demo, the musical demo for the song, I just was like, this is gonna be. I just feel like there's something special in this song,
Mhm. Yeah.
and so it was the first one that I jumped into the studio and started working on, and it's always funny because after we go and tour on an album for a few years and there's always like this floodgate that just opens up when we go back in the studio. And this was like this was when the levee breached, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And it was just it's just such a ripper of a song, and it's got this super cinematic feel to it.
Yeah, yeah.
And the lyrics are really important to me. It's about self-sacrifice. It's about being there for somebody in their time of need and walking through the fire, you
Yeah,
know.
which that goes into right to what my next thing is going to be. Obviously, one of the big things that happened to you recently, you were hanging out with Carrie Underwood in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That was
singing
dope.
singing your guys' collaboration song. How did that come about? I mean, were you just like in town, like, hey, Carrie, you want to do this real quick? What kind of thing?
So I mean, to run it back, we found out she was a fan back in the day. So
Right.
we actually we hollered at her. We're like, yo, we got this song. We'd love to have you sing on it. And she just hit us back right quick. It was like, I'm all about it. So we cut the track, and we've been waiting for a moment to get on stage and
Hmm.
do this thing together. And we pulled through Vegas, and she's out there doing her residency.
Yeah.
So we hit her team up. We're like, yo, Carrie, like we're pulling through. You think you can make it work? And she was like, "Oh, no doubt. Let's." So we shifted the set around a little bit. We pushed our show back just a little bit. She was doing her show that night,
Yep.
and she rushed it, pulled up, got on stage with us, and rocked "Leave a Light On" with us, which was
Yeah.
great. And we were like, we knew she's such a huge old school Papa Roach fan. We're like, all right, let's run it back, Carrie. We're pulling you up here for last resort. And it was, it's like she even said it in her post. She was like, dude, this is like a high school dream for me, because she was a huge fan of ours since when she was in high school. And
Yeah.
so
And
it's kind of cool bringing two worlds together, you know what I mean? And it's fun.
yeah, I can relate with being the high school because I was also in high school during like when, of course, Infest came out and such, and which is 25 years ago now that you're celebrating in
Yeah.
this case. And
Yeah.
it's weird. I saw a meme recently that said like if you were in high school in 2000, 2005, whatever, you looked at 80s music as the quote unquote old music, and now
Oh,
we're in 2025, and now 2000s music is considered the new 80s music.
dude, it's sick, man, because like, although the 80s hair metal, like, never really had this major resurgence. I mean, Motley Crue had like a second wind,
Yeah.
but like new metal for real is having like a second go around right
Oh,
now.
dude, it's nuts,
It's
and I'm loving it.
it's so dope, and it's cool because there's like this underbelly of bands that were listening to our bands
Mhm.
back in the day that are now on the we're sharing the stage with all these guys, Beartooth,
Yeah.
uh, Bring Me the Horizon, to name a couple,
Mhm.
that were like fans of this genre of music. And so you could hear how our music inspired them and influenced it. And then they just flipped it on its head and did their own thing.
Mhm.
And it's just really cool to have this moment, watching our brothers in Deftones have another moment in their career, and ourselves experiencing that right now. It's like, it's so dope, man. It
Yeah,
really is.
dude.
It's so cool.
It's also making us feel old as hell. That's one thing to point out.
You know, so when I wake up, I'm like, yeah, I feel like that. But when I hit the stage, I feel like a savage, dude. It's like
Dude,
give me the energy.
you have, and I've said this to you plenty of times, you have an unbeatable amount of energy. It doesn't matter how old we all get. You can tell that Jacoby drinks his water and eats his vitamins.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I've take all the I got a guy coming today who's gonna give me intravenous vitamins, literally.
What
You
is
know what I mean?
that?
It's like a drip, it's like
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
you know what I'm saying, with all the vitamins and minerals. And I do it like at least once every 2 weeks, because I sweat so much. I
Yeah.
just lose all my, the electrolytes and all that good
Mhm.
stuff. So yeah, I'm like kind of a bit of a health nut, I
Yeah.
mean, for the most part, just because it's so functional for my job. I want to put on a show, you know what I mean? And like, I got two kids in college, and I got to remember, I got to remind them, that I still got dad strength, boys.
I still got this going for me, man. Dad's
That's
got to
right,
pay the
man.
bill somehow.
Yeah, dude. I feel inspired, man. And I love my job, and I love getting on that stage, and I love throwing down. And yes, I am plugged into the limitless source of power.
Yes. And we're all enjoying it for 20 plus, 25 plus years, which is like, again, uh,
Yeah, it blows my mind. It
yeah, but
does.
to kind of go along with that, and because I've noticed, and I follow all the social medias and whatnot,
Yeah.
and that's what we do is today is we're social media people, and I noticed that on your Instagram personally, everyone goes for like what goes for the most likes, what goes for this. I look at
Yeah.
this funny video I'm doing today. Well, yours is way more of an Instagram, is more of like what am I grateful for today. It's very refreshing to
Yeah.
see from an artist from your perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I have my fun on the P Roach page and stuff
Sure.
like that, but it's like, for me, the way that I choose to participate in this thing that is social media, just
Mhm.
bring something that's like hopeful, and shed some light on the world. Because I mean, you could doom scroll on Instagram, and it could be depressing, and
Oof, brutal.
I find myself sometimes comparing my life to other people's lives, and like, just it's just really not. It's like it's a highlight reel, right?
Mhm.
Social media is a highlight reel, and if you you compare your life to somebody else's highlight reel, it could be defeating, right?
Yeah.
And I will say this, man, gratitude for me is straight medicine, man, because I got this thing in my head, and when I wake up, I call it fear of impending doom. And
Mhm.
it's every day. It's kind of odd. It's so many years it's like I'll wake up kind of almost in like a mild panic, right? And I'm like,
Sure.
okay, hold on, like let me put my life, everything in perspective. Like, why do I have these feelings, and why do I feel like this? And then I go to gratitude. Gratitude is a way for me to shift my perspective.
Mhm.
And it's I show, I don't know, it's really healthy for me
Yeah.
mentally and spiritually. It keeps me on the right track. It keeps me right sized. And I think, humility is something that I think is really important for me as a rock star, because it balances me. Because, when I get on stage, I'm like Elvis Presley. Let's go. Let's burn it down. But
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
step off, when I step off and I'm alone in a room by myself, like, who am I? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, just be
Right.
real
And
with
you
who
have to
I am.
come down from that high that
Yeah.
you're on the stage from. And it's not it's hard to describe to someone who doesn't do that every single day. It's like, oh, well, you must be rolling in the dough and all this stuff. It's like I still crap in the same toilet and watch the same TV that you do.
Yeah, man. One of my things I struggle with the most, just to be like honest, is like I miss my family. My
Mhm.
family is like, that's a tough one for me.
Yeah.
And being out here, and like I got my rock and roll family out there, but there's something different about putting a hug on my wife at the end of the night. And that's like one of the things that I've been prying her out here on the road. I'm like, just get out here and spend a little bit more time with me, and
Yeah.
we'll pull the kid from school, and we'll do the homework on the road. Screw
Mhm.
it, And so it's there's a sacrifice that comes with this thing, but it's such a I don't want to sound like I'm complaining at all.
No,
You
no.
know what I mean? But those are, that's one of the sacrifices that I struggle with.
Yeah, it does make it difficult, and in radio world to kind of relate. I lived in Grand Rapids, Michigan originally, moved out to Iowa 9 years ago, and all my family is back there, and they're having
Yeah.
all these times and whatnot, and it's like, well, that's 7 8 hours. I have two kids myself now,
Yep.
so fortunately I have that in my life. But
Yep.
if they want to see grandma and grandpa, that's not a quick day. They can't. I
Yeah,
can't just bring
totally.
them to grandma and grandpa's house.
That's chasing his job. You know what I mean? Like, you're chasing
Mhm.
opportunity, and those are the sacrifices we make, in
Yeah,
this life. And I moved around all the time when I was a kid. My stepdad was in the grocery business, and
sure.
was as he was coming up at this grocery chain that he worked for, we moved like once every year to 2 years. I was the new kid till finally I landed in high school and stopped moving around. And that's when I met my band and put my roots down finally, and
Yeah.
it changed my life. I mean,
Yeah.
kind of wild
We're
where
having this
where life
conversation.
takes you, right?
Yeah, exactly. You never know, man. Well, and I know we're running out of time, so I just want to point out a couple more things on your Instagram. I looked up some of my favorite things from Jacoby Shaddix's Instagram that he's grateful for. So, number one, I'll agree with you on this is for espresso. I love that shit.
Oh, the espresso is so good.
Oh
So
god.
fantastic. It's my favorite thing in life.
Number two, get a sitter to watch Braxton because there's a date night, which
Yes.
ah, yeah.
Shout out to date night.
Mm.
Gotta have a date night. Gotta get, it's like the grass is greener if you don't water the lawn. So you gotta water that lawn. You know what I'm
You
saying?
got to maintain, man. You got to
That's right,
maintain.
dude. You got to trim around the hedges, keep it looking nice. Yeah, man. Date night. Shout out to date night. It's
Well,
important.
to circle that all around, because this is one of my favorites on there for seeing my wife naked in the shower.
Oh, bless it. That's like such a joy for me. Just the water, just the glistening off the nipples. I'm like, woo, girl, stop playing.
And you have that distance too, right? Because it's like, well, I want you to get on the road, and
Yeah.
so it all makes sense
Jeez.
at that point. So
FaceTime me from the shower, baby. Just let me watch. Golly.
that's all I
Keep
need.
the love alive.
So anyone that's watching this, make sure you follow Jacoby Shaddix on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll get some gratefulness in your life, and you can also feel the gratefulness with him as well too. So yeah, man. Is there anything you want fans to know out there, real quick, before I cut you off? I could sit here and chat
Rise
all
of the
day with you.
Roach. Rise of the Roach. We're doing round two coming up later this year with Under Oath, Rise Against Papa Roach. It's going to be
Mhm.
banging. We're working on new music. I got 2 new songs that we're mixing right now that are both just straight fire. I
Mm.
am so excited about fans hearing the new material, and we'll be dropping new material throughout this year. And just hit poproach.com. Go check out our video for Even If It Kills Me. It's so good. I'm so proud of this one. We dumped a bunch of money into it, so we want you to see it. You should go check it out.
And he doesn't get killed like he does in the Ice Nine Kills video. So
Yeah, I don't die in this
he's
one.
alive. So
Don't die on me now.
well, Jacoby, man, always such a pleasure. And again, I could sit here and talk to you for hours. And just a quick thank you for
Yeah,
being like that. I try to list off bands out there that I'm like, okay, what's the new age of classic rock? If that's
right.
something you want to put on there, I always put like Shinedown, Disturbed, Papa Roach. Those are the three that
Let's go.
generations are going to hear for like the rest of life, man. It's
Let's
nuts.
go, dude. Thank you so much, Ned. I appreciate that, man. It's very kind. It's
Yeah,
very
man.
kind. I got mad love and mad respect for both of those bands.
Get your ass back to Cedar Rapids and freeze. Come
I
hang out.
will. I will freeze with you, my brother.
Freeze on time. Later, dude.
Have a great one, dude.
Yeah, man.